I was in a lot of ways a troubled kid, a directionless kid, and the Marine Corps really changed who I was. Now, the mamaw, the grandmother who raised me, was not excited about me joining the United States Marine Corps, enlisting right out of high school. She loved the Marines, and she was proud of this country and proud of what the Marines fought for. But like a lot of kids, like a lot of parents and grandparents of a lot of young people, remember this was April of 2003 when I enlisted. We had just invaded Iraq a month before, and she was worried about my safety. And I remember when the Marine Corps recruiter, I believe his name was Staff Sergeant Crafton, he was from the South because he had that real deep Southern accent. Staff Sergeant Crafton came to our house, and my mamaw said, if you step one foot on my porch, I will blow it off. And as nervous as I was about going to boot camp, I went to boot camp of September of 2003 in Parris Island. My recruiter said, listen, as tough as those Marine Corps drill instructors are, they've got nothing on that grandma of yours. So I was prepared in many ways for Marine Corps boot camp, but it really did have a transformative effect on my life. And I know that all of us who serve share this common bond of this is our home. This is our family. Our brothers and sisters in arms became like brothers and sisters in our actual families, and we're proud to serve this country. We're grateful for the opportunity to serve, and we don't like anybody who takes that service for granted. Ain't that right? So I think that, you know, the Marines have a lot going for them, and I honor every member of every branch of our armed forces. But the one thing that I think the Marines really do well is we have the best motto. I have a favorite motto of the U.S. military, and of course I'm biased, but Semper Fidelis, always faithful. Right? You hear Marines say all the time, Semper Fi. And to me what it means is that Marines are always faithful to our country and to our brothers and sisters in arms, but it also has another meaning, which is that we always have to be faithful to all of the members of our military who served this country and did so honorably. And you heard Jim Banks talk about this a little bit. I want to expound upon it because I really do think that Donald Trump exemplifies that motto because his government and under his leadership, the United States was always faithful to the veterans of this country, and that's something for us to be proud of. His record and his vision is a vision of always being faithful to those who put on the uniform. And he didn't just talk about it. It's important, of course, to honor our veterans and to talk about their service. He also put in place real policies that really benefited the veterans who had served in our military. And I know, look, I love the VA. I received a lot of health care at the VA, especially in the few years after I got out of the Marine Corps. But we also know that sometimes the VA has those long backlogs, right? You spend a little bit too long on the phone. Maybe if you're trying to get a disability claim, it takes a little bit longer. Well, Donald Trump's leadership cut down on those disability backlogs. And when you had veterans who were unable to get health care because sometimes things were just a little too backed up, he promoted veteran choice, especially for our veterans living in rural areas. I happen to think that those who put on a uniform and serve this country, we've got to be always faithful to them. And if they need to see a doctor, we got to promote veterans choice to give them that ability to see a doctor. Isn't it just that simple?